Good Thursday evening, race fans, and welcome to the Dirt Racing Network, a part of the Digital Sim Sports Network, and our live coverage of the NetCode ESports Mighty Midget Series. Back-to-back shows for you tonight with these fellas. They are going to run Lanier first, turn right around and head for the Cedar Creek Raceway, and put a second show together for you. You'll see a doubleheader right here this evening, every Thursday night from now on, through the rest of this 2023 calendar year at least, as the drivers do battle for the championship. A lot of the old familiar faces, guys returning to the series. A couple of new faces, guys joining the series. And as always, going to be fantastic racing throughout the night. It's going to be a little bit of an adjustment for you guys, the fans, and for myself here in the booth, as a lot of what they're going to do for their redraws is going to happen live right here, and it's going to wreak havoc, I guess, on my overlay system. But that's okay. We'll do the best we can to keep up with it on the live chat here, and if we make a mistake, you'll have to forgive us till we get used to the system that they're running this particular season, 2023B season. It should be a good one anyway. 16 drivers checked in. All 16 have been on the track. And the Kiwi Conqueror, the quickest of those, checked in tonight, 14:56. Mason Coffey, like his chief nemesis, the top two guys in the series. First and second on night number one at race number one. So we expect a pretty tight battle to ensue for the rest of the evening here. I don't care where you're watching from. If you're over on the Facebook page, come to the Dirt Racing Network's page and like, share, and follow us. If you're YouTube, Twitch, and Trovo, make sure you hit that subscribe button. You'll know every time we go live. Things starting to pick up as race seasons start to close out. We get to the cold part of the year. Excuse me, it's easy for me to say. There's old Bill in the chat over on the YouTube. Hello, Bill. Welcome in. Guys, don't be afraid to shout out, say hi. Let us know where you're watching from. You got a favorite driver, shout them out. We are going to be... Oh, we're going to be having all kinds of fun tonight, it looks like. My flow racing just disconnected up here. It's going to make me log back in. That's not going to make me smile very much. I hate it when electronics don't work like they're supposed to. Oh, just about 30 seconds left, 35 seconds left here in the session. They'll get ready for qualifying. After qualifying, they will do an invert for the heats, and they are going to do all of that just live right in the server with the drivers. So I have been kind of keeping an eye on the Tusky 50 tonight too, and like I said, my flow racing, for some reason, just disconnected. It looked like it went to a commercial. Next thing I know, it tells me I got to log in. Not cool. Not cool at all. All right, looks like the practice session has come to a close. Drivers will get ready, go out for their qualifying. We will just grab as many of them as we can. As they start to roll out, I see Tebow Brandon already hitting the track here. Coming out of two, going down the backstretch on his get to speed lap. Tebow, another one of the typically quick guys in the garage here, in the infield there. And we've seen him do some really miraculous things with good runs. I think he tapped the wall right there in turn number two. I don't think this lap's going to post for him. Watching him go by. Yeah, that lap didn't post for him. Let's go 15:36. I thought I saw a puff of white smoke right there, but I saw the same thing just now as Evan Dawson goes to the top of the charts. We'll go watch the 7 of Craig Silby. I don't see Craig's regular paint here. We may have to do a quick refresh, guys. This is not what I like to do, but it's what I'm going to do. Is Silby's in a non-painted car right now. He's second quick. Dawson still the fastest. 15-14. Nobody looks like they're touching him right now. Josh Gerlach is on track right now. Gerlach, 8th quickest. Gregorian came on strong the end of last season. Looks like he is going to put together a pretty good run. 15-19. Mason Coffey, 15-01. Blast right past Dawson. This is Mike Gebhardt's car right here. Ooh, and Mike way out of shape out of turn number 2. I don't think that's going to be conducive to a fast lap time. Kurt Vincent just finishing his up. D.L. Lemon and Josh Kosick. The only 2 drivers so far not taking time as we've expanded the field to 17. So qualifying will come to a close. We'll start divvying up the drivers. At 17, it should be a 6, a 6, and a 5. And I believe there's a 4-car invert for each heat race, and they will do that manually. I am trying to grab a look and see what this is going to look like. I am waiting for them to post the heat lineups. All right. So while we wait, these guys will roll off, but we're going to show you who all is out there right now. Mason Coffey and David Krikorian, then Reed Brochart and Kurt Vincent, Robert Lynn and Josh Kosick. That is the 6 cars scheduled to be in the heat. How they're going to start, let's see where they go to, because I am not seeing an updated lineup here. Here we go. There's an updated lineup. So it will be Coffey, Krikorian, Brochart, Lynn. It'll be David Krikorian that will roll off to the pole. You'll have Mason Coffey to his outside. Then Reed Brochart inside of row number 2 with Kurt Vincent on the outside of that row. Robert Lynn will start inside of row number 3, and he'll have Kosick on his outside. So we're going to at least have the 5. I don't see Josh Kosick. But the lineup will be a little bit different than what was originally slated because of the redraw invert. So they'll pace them around, make sure everybody's right. Green flag in the air. Heat number 1 for the 2023 B season. Mighty Midgets with the NetCode ESports guys. Underway off the top side. Oh, I don't know what that is. That is terrible. All of this is just messing me up too much. So we'll restart that. Sorry, guys. But on the top, Mason Coffey. Coffey racing away from everybody in this one. He's out to a 1-second lead already. The rest of the drivers all back here in kind of a bunch. Vincent, Brochart, Krikorian, and Lynn. Those 4 drivers within striking distance of one another. Meanwhile, Mason Coffey, he's just gone. Five to go. There we go. All right. Two seconds now for Mason Coffey. Kurt Vincent still hanging on to second. We're watching Vincent right here at the front of this group. That's Reed Brochart, the white car with the red trim. Right behind him, David Krikorian, the all-red machine, and then Robert Lynn. And Lynn made lots of strides last season. Towards the end of the year, he was running right at the front pretty much all season. Mason Coffey with a big blink. He was gone for a whole set of corners. 2 to go that time. She'll go under us down the back stretch right here. White flag coming out. 2.5 seconds for your leader, Mason Coffey. Right, and Coffey too close to the fence. Big tumble, big spin. He's going to get it back going, but that's going to change things. It's going to be Kurt Vincent staying steady on the course. He'll pick up the win in Heat 1. Brochart, Krikorian, Coffey will come across fourth. And Robert Lynn wrapping things up with the on-track cars. So, that got a little exciting, I have to say. All right, our heat number 2, and they're going to swap just ever so slightly here, I think. The front row is going to swap, and Silby will start on the inside of the front row with Dawson on his outside. Irons and Anelski will start in row number 2, and then you'll have Scott and Lemon filling in at row number 3. So the only drivers changing spots are going to be the front row in heat number 2. Why? Why do you keep doing that? All right. Pace truck going to get out of the way. We're going to have a blinky blink. I'm not sure what's going on there. Dawson went to the back for this, it looks like. So Silby's going to have that front row. Dawson actually is a blink out. Dawson having connection issues, so he's going to blink out off the front row. That's why we saw Craig Silby by himself. Irons will slide himself into second right now. Wayne Anelski right behind that. Then Lemon and Scott going at each other here. We're watching Evan Scott, DL Lemon's car right there. That's the gold car. Lemon up on that top side. He's going to have the advantage with all the momentum. We'll go back to the front because the Kiwi Conqueror a little over a second out in front right now. Irons still hanging on a second. He's got about a half a second over Wayne Anelski. That's your top 3. And then Riley Scott and DL Lemon finding a way to get together back here in the back. 360, we're going to keep it going. Nobody was coming, so they're going to let them race it out. 3 to go that time. Silby, 1.2 seconds. And Ethan Irons matching lap times now. The early part of this, he was not quite as quick. He's found a rhythm now, and he is running lap times comparable to our leader. But through 3 and 4 to the white flag, heat 2. One more time around for Craig Silby, and he will get himself in the next redraw. Start the season off pretty. I'm used to seeing that car black with yellow trim on it. I don't know what's going on with that green car, but we'll have to ask him. He'll pick up the checks. Silby wins it. Iron second, Anelski third. Lemon will end up finishing fourth. Riley Scott in fifth. As we'll get ready for our final heat race. I don't think this is going to be the order that we're going to see. We will not. We are going to see Tebow Brandon on the front row, on the pole, actually. Barros will move to the outside, so the front row swapping. And then your second row will stay the same. Gerlach inside. And Hassett outside. And then Gebhard will start in the 5th and final starting spot. So all the heat races appear to be set, and they'll be run. We're going to look at our dash lineup here. The green flag out. Ooh, rough start for Gebhardt. Looks like he kind of lost the front end of the car. Maybe he jumped on the throttle and picked it up. He had to set it back down, so he is going to get a little bit of a wobbly start, and he'll be way at the back in this one, 3 seconds behind. But Tebow Brennan. So the 3 guys I mentioned at the beginning in their respective heat races right now, 2 of them have won. We'll see if Barros can run down Gebhardt. Brandon. Man, I'm going to get confused all night long. He's going to try to run Brandon down. We'll see if Brandon can hold on and pick up the win, and they'll go 3 for 3. Gerlach hanging on to the 3rd spot, and then Stephen Hassett back here in the 91 car. Is everybody single file? It looks like we've moved it to a single line right up around the top. Everybody staying above that little slick line right there. Nobody even trying to go through it right now. Three laps to go. Final heat race of the evening. Fastest lap around this time was Josh Gerlach, 14:49. So finding a little rhythm, finding some speed in the 71 car. Fastest that lap as well. The white flag coming out on our final heat race in session number 1. Tebow Brennan. Around the top side of 2, down the backstretch. Lap car will be on the inside down here in 3 and 4, it looks like. Well, no, he went to the high side. He will not get lapped as they'll get to the checks first, with Brandon getting there first, Barrow second, Gerlach third, and then we'll see Gebhardt run in that 4th spot. Hassett, with problems with the car, took it to the infield early, so he'll finish 5th. That'll round things out in our heat racing action. We'll wait for our redraw for the dash. That'll probably take them just a second, and then they'll put the dash out here. I'm sure all that is being calculated right now as they take the top 2 and get them ready. Yeah, maybe we aren't having a dash because it looks like everybody's rolling out now. I'm only seeing 7 cars, but we're in the warm-up session, so. There's more cars. So the warm-up session going on. Let's take a moment. We'll pay a couple bills when we come back. We'll find out what we're going to do for our lineup here. And we will get ready to go forward with the feature for session number 1. righty, getting back to it. Have not seen a lineup as of yet. Sure, they're still piecing that together. As soon as we know what the lineup looks like, we will absolutely pass it along. Said that our redraw number was going to be a 6 tonight, so let's get ready to look at the grid, see if it looks good. Vincent and Silby in row 1, Brandon and Brochart in row 2, Irons and Barros row 3, Krikorian and Anelski row 4, Gerlach and Coffee row 5, Mason Coffee, wow. Bad draw for the 224 car. Lemon and Gephardt back in row number 6. Lynn and Scott in row 7, Hassett and Cossack in row 8, and Dawson in row 9. We'll get back here. All these guys actually going to make it out to the grid. So we're going to have all 17 drivers. Okay. So they'll get them rolling off. And it'll be the 42 car of Kurt Vincent. Starting on the front row next to the 7 of Craig Silby. Then the 93 of Brochart next to the 49 of Brandon on the inside, Brochart on the outside. You'll have Irons inside row number 3 with Barros and the 38 on the outside. It looks like everybody's where they're supposed to be. They're letting the pace truck get out there. He's going to get out of the way. We're going to get a start for the first A main of the season, 2023 B season, NetCode ESports Mighty Midget Series. Don't forget, show 2 coming up right after this one. There'll be a short pause to transfer from one server to the other. But right now, feature number 1 underway. Down the back stretch. Oh, car out of shape. That was Brochart up into the fence. Caution coming out. I don't think, yeah, I'm going to say that's a Nelski's car that went for the wild ride right here. Yeah, white car with the green trim on it right there. Brochart a little out of shape. He got up over the right rear. Then gets clobbered as cars are still wrecking. That's Krikorian up there, and Barros is up there. There was a bunch of cars involved in this. And it was really kind of a chain reaction deal. That's going to take Anelski and Krikorian on the hook back to the pit area. Those two drivers possibly done quickly in session number 1. They'll have a second chance. We're going to turn around and head for Cedar Lake here as soon as we get done with this one. Already into our feature. Just one lap completed as they'll single file them up. Pace car is going to get out of the way. We're going to get back to racing action.
Green flag, green flag.
Kurt Vincent. There went Silby on the slider line. Didn't gain a foot. Didn't lose a foot that time. Oh, boy, leader. And Vincent.
All right, man, caution is out.
Nothing but trying. I really would like to know what happened here with him because he was just cruising through the corner. And then all of a sudden, he just went up and over. Looks pretty good there. Got up right to the fluff. That comes off the corner. Gets the fluff again. Oh, right rear found the outside fence. That was what I didn't see. The right rear clipped the outside fence. really upset the car, and then he was just along for the ride after that. So, from hero to zero, and it happens in the snap of a finger, Garrett Vincent. Goes from leading this thing to on the hook and in the infield. Anelski drove back out. They didn't get a lap in, so it looks like he's going to be able to continue. Ooh, big slider. That was, I don't know who that was. This thing is all out of whack. Mike Gebhardt looks like he's had a problem here. The teal color machine up on the top looks pretty good there. Oh, he got some help. Got shoved from behind, found the inside fence, and then spins around. Cars behind him wrecking as well. As that was Hassett's car that was upside down. So we'll get back in here with Silby and Brandon 1-2. Irons and Barros 3 and 4. Gerlach is 5. Coffee up to 6th already. Then Lemon, Gebhard, Lynn, and Riley Scott through the top 10. Cossack, Dawson, Brochart, Krikorian, Anelski, and Vincent in that order. As Vincent has made it back onto the track. Everybody's still on the lead lap because we cannot complete a lap. And once we got a caution, it's just been caution, caution. And they were able to get cars fixed, get them back on the track without losing laps. So everybody's still in this big slider from Irons. Crossed the nose of Brandon. Brandon tried to cost it over and caution again. This looks like Gebhardt might have more problems back here. He's right in front of Robert Lynn right there. Everybody trying to avoid. Cut to the inside. Little tire touch. And then the next thing you know, tumble, tumble. You're in the spin cycle, and away you go. That looks like it will put the 81 car in the infield with the 91 car of Hassett. Those two may be done. Krikorian, Anelski, Vincent, all showing a lap. Now they're showing back on the lead lap. Timing and scoring, just not keeping up with things. And it could be because we're having so many cautions in weird spots and the scoring stops as soon as it comes out. It'll probably all fix itself as soon as we get back to green and get a complete lap in. So we're just waiting for things to smooth out a little bit. Drivers can settle in. All right, looks like Pace Truck going to get out of our way. We're going to get back to green flag racing. Craig Silby on the hammer. Brandon with the slider line gets right up in front of Irons. Irons probably going at him down here in 3 and 4. Brandon took him in a little low, but it didn't matter as caution flies again. This time, Robert Lynn in the 2 car appears to have problems. It's right behind DL Lemon right there. I think he's right in front of Dawson, maybe. Oh, yeah, he finds. Oh, they both found it. Dawson and Lynn found the outside wall coming out of turn number 2, and both went for a tumble down the backstretch. So the 167 of Dawson, the 2 of Lynn. The next on our hit parade. We'll have to update, but the top 10 are all still on the lead lap. I think we're good on the lead lap all the way back to about 14th, maybe 15th. We'll know here pretty quick as they cross the line. If those update and start showing time, they're good. Otherwise, they're a lap down, which they may be a lap down now. So we may have 5 cars off the lead lap that are still participating. Silby took the green. He's hanging on to the lead right in front of Irons. Irons now hot on the heels. He's going to go for the slider down here, 3 and 4. Silby easily going to cut that under, but he did not have a good exit, and caution. As we go yellow one more time, this could be Riley Scott. I'm not sure about this. Blue car way at the top. Yep, right rear into the wall, pulls the right front around. There you go. That's your caution. Silby was able to keep the lead as he had gotten to the line first. Not by much, but he got there first as Irons is giving him all he wants right now. So Silby, Irons, Brandon, Barros, Gerlach, top 5. Then Coffee, Lemon, Cossack, Brochart, and Scott. And the 88 of Riley Scott is also in the pits. So things are going to get shook up. Krikorian, Anelski, Vincent, Hassett, all laps down. Is Dawson back on track? He is. He is 2 laps down as he re-entered after the caution. So 6 laps in, we've got 6 cautions. See if the guys can settle down just a little bit. Get a long green run in here as we go back to green. And keep our eyes at the front because Irons has been giving Silby everything he can handle. He'll get a run out of 2. I don't think he was close enough. That's why he didn't go for the slider. But Silby was trying to cover that low entry line. He'll have it this time. Big run. Here he comes to 1 and 2. Slider across the nose. And new leader put the 8 car of Ethan Irons. Oh, and then he finds the fence promptly and lets Silby go right back by. Now he's got company as Brandon and Barros are all over. Barros going to go 2 for 1 here. Nope, did not go on the slider line. Kept it pinned in the middle. He'll give up a spot to Mason Coffee. Coffee on the move. And caution once again. Let's see if this is Cossack. Oh, no, that's not. That's going to be behind that. I'm not even sure who that is. Dawson is in this. Vincent is in it. Oh, and that's a bunch of cars in there. Let's go back. Let's see if we can pick this up. Yeah, let's go. We can't get back. I'll just rewind that. We'll get it back here where we need to. We'll just rewind. I'm not scared of a rewind button. Yep, Lemons and Vincent get together. That just starts collecting cars. Krikorian's in there. Brochart was in there.
Green flag, green flag.
Yeah, we'll get back up here right in time for our green flag to fall. 20 laps remaining. We are now watching Tebow Brandon as he is trying to put pressure on Ethan Irons. And Irons still trying to put pressure on Silby. Silby going to go wide through 1 and 2, come down, use the cut down line. Irons has got it by about 4 car lengths right now. And caution again. That's going to flip-flop them. Caution number 8. Billy Barros in this one. 38 car. He was running in about 4th. He and Coffee are right there together. Oh, yeah. There was not enough room for that. And Barros' car not going to land on wheels. So, war of attrition as we bring the series back to life. Round 1, race 1, or week 1, race 1. We are 12 laps in, working caution number 8. Silby, Irons, Brandon, Coffee, Gerlach, the top 5. And it is kind of a madhouse behind that. Brochart's still in this thing in the 93. He's been involved in a couple of scrapes. And DL Lemon also in a couple of scrapes is running 7th. Everybody else is either laps down or off the track. I only see about 9 cars out here right now. These guys will have a second chance, a chance to redeem themselves. And race number 2 is that will head for Cedar Lake. I see Mason Coffee's car sliding to the back. I don't know if the car is damaged or if he is just taking an EOL penalty. As we get ready to go back to green. Let's go back here and keep an eye on this group. Coffee went to the bottom in 1 and 2. He's working on Reed Brochart, but DL Lemon went after Brochart. I'm sorry, that's Krikorian. Krikorian's a lap down, so. And David Krikorian, the red car, he's a lap down. Oh, Krikorian found some fence right there. He was able to keep the car square. Right now, Irons is going by on the front stretch, trying to take the spot away from Silby. Silby with a big slider up the hill. He grabbed the spot back. We're coming to the halfway point. Silby has led the majority of the first half of this race, but a new leader at the cross flags, Ethan Irons, and Tebow Brandon is right there working on Silby. He made a couple of attacks on Irons before Irons got around Silby. Now he's going to have to work past the Kiwi Conqueror. He is going to have a shot to go up here and catch Irons. Irons starting to get away now. He's almost a half a second down the backstretch till he nicked the fence. Getting into 3 and 4. And caution this time. Is it the Gurley man, Josh Gerlach? 71 car having problems. Into the corner. Looks like he's good there. He's going to come down the hill through the slick. Finds the outside fence. Bam. That's a quick stop right there. Ouch. So, Gerlach, and he'll put a quick end to his. So, 10 cars on track, several cars laps down. Krikorian is 1 lap down. Dawson 2, Kostic 2, and Hassett 3. They'll all advance past Gerlach as the laps tick off once we go back to green. 13 laps going to be still on the board. Iron, Silby, Brandon, Coffee, Lemon, Brochart through the top 6, and then we start getting into the lap cars. And is Wayne Adelski out there? Wayne Adelski's 9 laps down, but still on the track. He'll pick up a few spots, as several of these guys that have dropped out. Points matter. Every point is important.
All right, man. Lights are back on the pace car. We're not going green this time. We are not
going
going
to
green.
extend the caution, looking for cars to maybe come back. Whoa, Mason Coffee. I don't know what Mason Coffee was doing. He just backed it into the infield. And I think that is all Mason Coffee is going to be able to do for this one. So take another car off the track. We're only going to have about 7 or 8. We're only going to have about 5 or 6 on the lead lap. Everybody else will be racing laps down. So it looks like we're going to get ready to go back to green here with 13 laps. There's a green flag coming out. Silby had a thought of going a couple of lines down, maybe making a run at Irons, but it didn't materialize, and Iron gets away about 5 car lengths. And now Silby just trying to make up any ground that he can. So Irons grabbed the lead about 4 laps ago, and he's been able to maintain pretty steady gap over Silby. Brandon was all over the push bar on the back of the 7 car, and now he's falling back after this restart. DL Lemon as Evan Dawson and Steven Hassett look like maybe they've had an issue back here. Oh, that was Brochart sliding up on Dawson. Oh, there's contact. Yep. Hassett got into it, got punted by Barros. So we're going to be down right around 10 to go. There may be 10 or 11 cars on track. There's a whole bunch of drivers that are going to shuffle around. Coffee will drop. Gerlach will drop. Hassett will drop. And then the guys in 10th, 11th, and 12th will start to move up. Barros, Anelski, and Vincent. All right, green flag back in the air. 10 laps remaining. And a good start for Irons up on the top. Really riding hard right on the outside. Just inches away from the outside wall. Here comes Silby. Short slider took it up the hill. Couldn't shut the door. But he is there now. This time he may go all the way across. He didn't get there. But Irons found a little bit of the fence, and it backed him up a little bit. Really working hard to try to scooch away from, and now does out of turn 2 as he got a great launch coming down the hill. 7 to go this time. Top 2 right here on the screen. Tebow Brandon in 3rd. He's got a pretty safe gap over 4th place. DLM's Brochart now trying to take 4th place away. Brochart around the top side. He'll take the spot away from Lemons. That's a lap car right there. That is Cossack. Cossack a lap down, 2 laps down, in 7th. We'll get back to the front as the gap's starting to widen out with 5 laps to go. Wave lap. Working it right here. And Irons now a full second. That time Silby had all kinds of problems down the backstretch coming out of 2. He is going to fall into the grips of Tebow Brandon as he looks a second and a half in front of him and sees the leader getting away and getting smaller. Brochart now up to 4th, and he has really opened the gap up over Lemons as Krikorian worked his way around Lemons as well. Krikorian a lap car in the 6th spot. Your leader coming out of 3 and 4. 2 laps to go. Popsicle sticks to him. And he's making it look pretty easy right now. He is almost 2 seconds ahead of Craig Silby and 2 3/4 seconds ahead of Tebow Brandon. So a runaway tonight here after we got going. White flag. Next flag will end it. We'll watch the leader. Tried to give it away. Clipped the fence coming out of 2. Car got out of shape, but he is going to be able to. Oh, no. He is out of fuel. He's going to give up, though, when Silby goes by. And Brandon snuck by as well. So Irons runs out of gas in turn 3. Coasts it across for a podium finish. Wow. We are definitely shocked by that. We'll wait for drivers to show up. Brandon is in chat, so we'll move him to our waiting room. We will see if Mr. Irons makes it. We know that Craig Silby's always going to come talk to us. There's Ethan Irons right there. Let's make sure that he is good to go. Ethan Irons, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Bad luck right there, man. You had this thing in the bag. It ran out of fuel in turn 3, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. To my surprise.
Well, to my surprise as well, because I'm thinking you're cruising to 2-second victory, and all of a sudden the car just nosed down, and that was, it looked like she just was off all the way to the line, and Silby was able to sneak by on the top side there, man. It's got to be a little bit disappointing, but before that, it had to be pretty exciting because you made a good run up through the field.
Yeah, it was definitely a blast. I mean, ripping the top at Lanier, and I had some front right damage from early on in the race when I had taken the lead and hit the wall and did that big wheelie on the backstretch, but kind of felt like I was fighting that most of the race afterwards, but tried to make the most of it, and I think we did that.
Well, it looked like the track really went one line, and it was pretty much right around the very top, but that cushion gets pretty thin up there, doesn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. Later on in the race, it was really, really thin, especially on to be as fast as you can be on this track. You definitely want to be up there on entry, and it's tough to be up there on entry and then not smack the wall in the middle of the apex. So it's definitely tricky.
All right, man. Well, what can we expect when we head over to Cedar Lake here in just a little bit? More of the same?
Hopefully we can expect a better race than that, but I mean, I'm going to give it all I got again, but hopefully it's a little bit smoother and we get some better runs in for sure. I'd like to battle it out with some of these guys.
Well, I'm only gonna say this. Whatever fuel you think, just add 1 gallon to it for the next one, will you?
Yes, sir.
All
Thanks.
right, man. Give us some shout outs and thank you before we let you get out of here and head over to Cedar Lake.
Yeah, so shout out to EPI for the setups, Andrew Clark, and also HCM and the whole team and guys over there, Lux Outdoor Spaces, and a big special thanks to Charlie Irons.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Good luck in session number 2 tonight.
Thanks.
Ethan Iron runs out of fuel leading the race in turn number 3, and he comes home in third. We will move over. We're going to talk to our second place driver, if I could figure out how to do some typing. We'll grab Tebow. Tebow Brandon, copy.
I've got a copy. How are you, Roger?
I am not bad, man. The 49 car battled hard all night long, stayed in the top 3, and you get a free spot there at the end, man. What was going on in the feature? You just look like you were kind of just stuck in one spot.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely, I didn't have anything for that 7 or 8 car. They were just better. I could feel that pretty much right away. So I was pretty content just kind of riding around in third, just keeping it off the wall. Obviously, there was just a ton of cautions in that one. The fastest line was about 2 inches off of the wall, so it was really treacherous and probably really tough to pass back in the field. So I was just pretty content to not screw up, not mess up. I figured maybe I'll grab a position, if the 7 or 8, if somebody gets into the wall and I can capitalize, maybe I'll grab a spot there. But I wasn't expecting car to run out of fuel. That's a little unexpected. So glad I was able to get to him right at the line and pick up a freebie there at the end.
Well, still an awesome run, man. Are you looking forward to the next one here at Cedar Lake?
Yeah, did really well last time we were there. I think I also pulled a 3rd place last time we were there. I'm generally pretty good at Cedar Lake. I'd like to see a little more meat on the track. It was really slick tonight here at Lanier, and be good to get some multi grooves going on and get some good racing action where we have some green flag laps too. So can't complain. 2nd place when I felt like a 5th place I would have been pleased with 5th place going into that feature, to be honest. So getting 2nd kind of with the freebie at the end, that doesn't suck. So just thankful for the NetCode ESports Mighty Midget series for putting this on. Josh and Robert are always great admins. They run a good ship. Thanks to you, Roger, for spending Thursday night broadcasting, making us look good on the YouTube and the Facebooks and wherever else we're on right now. So
all over the world, my brother, all over the world.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. So good night. Good race 1 so far.
All right, man, quick shout outs on who's helping you out right now, and then we'll let you get over there.
Yeah, that's Mighty Good Marketing and Varix.com for all your e-commerce needs. Thanks so much.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate the chance to talk to you, and we'll look forward to seeing you over at Cedar Lake in a little bit.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Roger.
Tebow Brandon finishing 2nd. Let's move on, and we will grab our winner. I've said it a million times. I've never had to say it to this guy before. The Kiwi Conqueror coming in here, and I would rather be lucky than good any day of the week and twice on Sunday. Man, Craig Silby coming through 3 and 4. Had to be kind of a wide-eye moment to see that 8 car slowing down like that.
Yeah, man. I thought he must have been going to the bottom to try and save fuel, but he was actually running out, and I ran out across the line myself. It was none of us realised it was that close. But yeah, I'm just feeling so sorry for Ethan because we had nothing for him. He was gone. Yeah,
it looked like you put up a pretty good battle, a couple of sliders here and there, but I don't know. As thin as the cushion and everything was up there, wasn't a whole lot of places you could run, was there?
No, you had to. sorry, you had to really pick your moment. Like we were all like right up it. So if you step offline to try and slide him, he had so much momentum that you knew you weren't going to make it. So you just had to sort of try and hope that he made a mistake. But then I rode the wall, and I can't believe I landed it. I'm looking forward to seeing that.
I don't know if we got all of it. I think we got some of it because we were kind of watching back and forth and different guys. And, man, a lot of cautions that really slowed the rhythm. How tough was it for you to, knowing that he was coming, to try to get good restarts and maybe see if there was something you could do to try to, distance yourself and make him work even harder for it?
Yeah, well, it was really difficult at the start because we weren't even getting really 1 or 2 laps going, and so there was no rhythm. What I was trying to start from exactly the same place each time, just to give everybody, to stop everybody some concertining up and jumping. And so I was trying to do that exactly the same each time. But then, obviously he learned that after a while and knew when to throw the bomb.
All right, man. Well, give us some shout outs and thank yous before we head out. Now, one thing I got to ask you, man, what happened to the black and yellow car?
Oh, what you're seeing here is every week I change colour. I'm just changing it up because just because I can.
You
I
are
like
just messing with the broadcaster. That's all you're doing.
Yeah. Well, last week it was purple. The week before I think it was gold, and yeah. So I don't know what colour it'll be next week, but yeah, it's all a bit of fun, and I'd really like to thank NetCode ESports for putting this on. This is the most fun racing on iRacing that I have. These guys are all good, and we have a lot of fun battling each other. And the Digital Sports, sorry mate, Dirt Racing Network. You guys for putting this on for the world to see. I'm really looking forward to watching this online because you guys really make us look good.
Well, now that's the broadcaster messing with you. See, got you to stumble over that whole thing. Digital Sim Sports Network. All right, man. Well, good luck over at Cedar Lake, and I'm sure we're going to get to talk to you on the podium, but where you're going to be, I don't know, top step, second step, third step, what do you think? Got a shot?
I'm not really loving this leading thing. I'm going to ask Josh if I can just start from the back because that's where all the fun is, but we'll see. I'm going to be aiming for the front and hopefully talking to you real soon.
All right, man, good luck over there. Greg Silby winning round number 1. Race number 1 here at Lanier tonight. Let's take a very quick look at tonight's results. Caution field event, but Silby wins it. Brandon second. Irons running out of gas in 3 and 4. Goes from the lead to third as he coasted across right behind Tebow Brennan. You can see the margin there. Really tight. Brochart, Lemons, Krikorian, Dawson, Cossack, Barros, Anelski, Vincent, Gerlach, Hassett, Scott, Lynn, Gephardt, and Coffey rounding things out for round number 1. We'll see who recovers, who gets redemption as we get ready to head over to round number 2. We are going to throw a little something at you guys. I'm sorry about this. Yeah, that's always going to... Okay, it's better. So we're going to throw a little something at you here. I'll give you a little bit of music. I'm going to find somebody to talk to, and we're going to come back just shortly. right, getting logged in here. Ready for round number 2. Sorry that is not in the title. I don't know what I did to that. Apparently I didn't copy and paste worth a flip, but well, let's grab the man himself and let's find out first of all. Josh Gerlach, rough start to the season, buddy.
Yeah, that seems to happen for the first race or two. Some first race of the season pains, and just have to kind of weather through them, I guess, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what to say. A lot of cautions, and it just looked like guys catching the fence. And is that something that we're going to have to expect just with the new build and the way these cars drive now, that guys are going to have to run that close if they're going to catch the fence a lot? Or I haven't spent any time in the midget, so I'm asking somebody that I think does.
Yeah, I think a big part of that race was a couple different things. Actually, was with the track prep, we kind of let iRacing do its own thing, and it was very dry and very slick. So kind of the groove that we would usually run, kind of the middle or the lower half of the middle of the track, never had any grip in it. So yeah, like you said, we just had to rip around the top. And as you saw with me, it was a razor's edge up there. All you had to do is catch it just a little bit, and it could send you flipping. Plus, just like with every new season, you have new guys that aren't used to racing with the older guys around here, and there were some over-aggressive moves that we probably won't want to see every week here. But yeah, like I said, just a couple different things that I think we'll probably have a lot better surface here and probably a better race.
Well, I was going to ask you. I mean, are you trying to prep the surface a little bit different for this one, or is it going to be let iRacing do their thing? Did you learn your lesson on the last one?
Yeah, we did kind of learn a lesson there on the first race. The track prep's a lot better for this race, so looks like it's shaping up pretty well. It's a little juiced up, but these cars like that. So I think by the end of the heat races, and if we get a dash or whatnot, at least by the featured time, we're going to have a pretty good race, it seems like.
All right, now we're going to let you get to it. Advance whenever you're ready. We're in the server, ready to go. We're just watching the guys practice right now, so let her rip, Tater Chip. Is this a full show?
This will be. Yep, we're going to go to qualifying here right now, actually. So we'll run a couple heats, 2-3 heats, and then we have changed the format up a little bit. I'm not sure how much you've been able to explain, but we draw for the heat race invert, and then we have a few different things that we could end up running in the warm-up. We could have a dash, we could do a redraw like we've done in the past, an invert for the feature, or like we saw last race, there's nothing that's done, and you just start straight up from your heat race finish. So kind of changes it up, keeps it a little bit different for other things that you might see here on DRN. But yeah, like I said, I'm excited for this one. We usually put on a pretty good race, and I think the track's looking a lot better than it was for that first one.
All right, man, we'll go down there and get us started, and good luck in round number 2.
Thank you, buddy.
Josh Gerlach, one of the two guys that admin this whole thing, and they are doing a great job. I really enjoy coming and watching these guys. As we're going to get ready for qualifying, as they already advanced the session. Time to get at it. Driver's heading out. Mason Coffey, 224 car. Rough deal for him in round number 1. He started about 10th, and by the time he had worked himself up to anywhere near the front, he just ran into a buzzsaw. Ran into nothing but trouble up there. So we may need to go in here and do an adjustment. While they're doing qualifying, I'm going to make a quick adjustment, guys. I am going to go in here. We're going to hit this button, that button, and we're going to see if that makes a little bit of a sound difference to the cars, because we just aren't hearing them right now. Coffee with a lot of blinking, but 1380 quickest in the session right now. We'll go to driver we just got done talking to, Josh Gerlach. Watch him go around here. What is going on with this thing? That looks bad. Looks like Gerlach 5th quick right now. I am not seeing the 7 car. So we'll see Josh Kosick jumps to P2. A little bit off, 1392 for him. Riley Scott. And I'm not sure what happened to Craig Sylvie, but if he doesn't make it in here, he will not be trying to go back-to-back. He had a couple of sweeps not too long ago. Last season, towards the end of the season, that was Evan Dawson. So Mason Coffey, the quickest in the session right now. D.L. Lemon and Wayne Anelski not taking qualifying times as of yet. I don't see the 7 car. I do not see the 8 car either. So I think they're going to let the session kind of run out. J.D. Laird on track right now. Laird wasn't in session number 1, but is here for session number 2. So the car count's going to stay up around 15. As we lose a couple, we gain 1. I do not, well, I guess I do see Brochard and Krikorian both in here. Krikorian went second quick, 1388 for him. Laird was 9th quick. Session coming to an end. That looks like that's going to do that. We're going to be able to look at the draw. We know who the drivers are in this session. So Coffee is going to swap. I think Brandon is going to move to the outside of the front row here as we get ready to take a look. It's Coffee and Brandon on the front row, Gerlach and Vincent row 2, and Scott in row 3. Right now, it looks like we've already started to see the invert. And it will be Brandon and Coffee swapping spots on the front row. And then everybody behind that is going to stay the same. So just a 2-car invert. Our old buddy Troy Wagaman up there. Looks like he's in 4th place right now in the B main here at the Tusky. So good luck to Troy. All right, pace truck getting out of the way. Green flag coming out, round 2, heat 1 for the opening night. The NetCode ESports Mighty Midget Series. And Coffee once again, boy, trying to put a big car. And it's not that big, but it's bigger than the space he was trying to put it into. Same thing happened to him over at Lanier in round 1. He goes for the slider line. Brandon going to cross him over. They'll go down the backstretch. And that momentum coming down the hill out of exit of turn 2. Just enough to give Coffee the lead. Brandon is 2nd. Gerlach still 3rd. Then Vincent and Scott rounding things out. We'll go back to the front here. One, two, three, and they have broken away from everyone else in the rest of the field. 4 laps to go. That time Gerlach way wide in 3 and 4. He took it all the way up the hill. Mason Coffee was quick in the first session, won his heat. Qualified first. He is right on track again, just did not get a finish in the feature. 2 to go this time by. Brandon's still 2nd. Gerlach is still in 3rd. They are a distant 2nd, 3rd. 1 second, and not sure what happened to Coffee. He slowed way down, lost about a half a second real quick. He's gotten it back as he went to the bottom in 3 and 4. White flag in the air. Craig. Checkers this time. Heat 1. Going to go to Mason Coffee. Tebow Brandon 2nd. Josh Gerlach 3rd. Kurt Vincent coming home in the 4th spot, and Riley Scott rounding things out in the first heat race. So we're down 1. We'll get ready for 2. We'll see. I think the lineup is going to swap the front row on this one as well. Let us double check and make absolutely certain. And Barros and Krikorian will swap spots. Everybody behind that will be the same. So Barros on the pole, Krikorian outside, row number 1. Row 2 will be Dawson inside, Lynn outside, and then Winanowski. Starting in 5th. Sorry about that. Thought the camera wasn't going to change on me, so. All right, pace truck will rocket away from the field. We're about to get the green flag. Heat number 2 underway.
Green flag.
Barros got a fantastic start. I don't know what Krikorian was doing. Maybe eating a sandwich or something, but he got a bad one. He's going to fall all the way to 3rd as Dawson goes around. Takes the spot. Krikorian's going to try to fight back on the top side. Now goes to the middle as Dawson took the top away from him. Everybody chasing Barros, and Dawson looks like he's got a good run. He's going to get close. He's going to the top side in 1 and 2, and then going to the bottom down here in 3 and 4. And that appears to be working as he goes on the slider line. He'll grab the lead right here with 4 laps to go. Excuse me, make it 5 laps to go. Barros takes it back, now takes the bottom away on the entry, but it doesn't matter. Dawson right back to it. And now Dawson's going to assert some authority and pull away by about 4 car lengths. Coming around to 2 to go. Dawson with a big run down the hill. Man, that is a huge advantage to get that run down the hill out of 2. Barros still hanging on to 2nd, and he is steady running the bottom. 1 and 2, the middle in 3 and 4. He's going the exact opposite of wherever the leader's going. As we take the white flag in heat number 2, Dawson half a second out in front. Now the battle's 4 seconds. Oh, and Barros tried to close the door, and Krikorian already had the nose right there and give him a shot in the pants for it. Dawson wins it. Krikorian 2nd, Barros 3rd. Lynn hangs on for 4th. And Anelski a close 5th behind Robert Lynn. So the front road's going to swap again. We'll see Reed Brochart, the 93 car on pole, with Josh Kosick on his outside in the 22. J.D. Laird inside of row number 2 with Stephen Hassett, 91 on the outside of that row. And D.L. Lemon is going to start in the 5th and final position back here. All right, green flag in the air. Final heat race of the evening coming right through 1 and 2. Brochart grabs the lead. Kosick quickly into the 2nd spot. Tumbler out of turn number 4. Hassett. He'll get it removed from the track unless it landed on its wheels. It looks like it did not. He'll get it off the track. We won't go yellow. Well, a pretty good battle here at the front. Brochart trying to hang on, but Kosick really tried to put the pressure, showed him the whole car down in the bottom side of 3 and 4. Now he is going to have to protect a little bit as Laird is starting to run him down, and Laird's been using the top. Oh, this time Cossack finds some fence. That'll put him out. Shakeups all over the place right now in this heat race. It is a Brochart, then Laird, 3/4 of a second behind, and Lemon, the last of the 3 cars still on the track. War of attrition in heat number 3. So coming around, 3 to go this time, and Brochart has led this one since the drop. He and Laird have gotten away, and Laird was making some inroads right there and now finds the fence out at 2, and I think that's going to keep the gap open enough. 2 laps to go, half a second the lead, and then another 2 full seconds back to DL Lemon in that 3rd spot. White flag for your leader, and he is pulled away by about a 10th. So he'll go into 3 and 4. Reed Brochart will pick up the win in heat 3 here at Cedar Lake in round 2 of night number 1 for the Mighty Midgets, the NetCode ESports boys. Laird 2nd, Lemon 3rd, Cossack and Hassett rounding things out. So now we get to find out if we're going to get a heads up for our start, or we're going to get a dash, and we might be getting a dash right here. Coffee and Dawson are going to go. Yep, Coffee and Dawson, row 1, Brochart, and Brandon, row 2, Krikorian. Kind of round things. I think J.D. Laird is coming out. We'll keep going back because the feature starters are what we're looking at right here. So we're looking at about 6 drivers, 7 drivers. They're building the starting lineup for us right now for the feature. Looks like we had a little bit of an invert. Well, maybe not. Maybe that's just a dash because 6 drivers have been filled in. They've got them set up to go. Brandon, Coffee, Dawson, Krikorian, Laird, and Brochart. There's a warm-up winding down here. So our front 3 rows set. Everybody else will start according to where they finished in their heat races. But our front 3 rows are going to be set for our feature. Just waiting for race control to give us the signal that they are going to end the warm-up session and get things ready to go. It looks like that time has come, so we will get ready for our starting lineups. It will be Tebow, Brandon, and Mason Coffee in row number 1. Evan Dawson, David Krikorian in row 2. J.D. Laird and Reed Brochart in row number 3. Then Gerlach and Barros in row 4. Lemon and Vincent row 5. Lynn and Cossack in row 6. Riley and Anelski in row number 7. And Stephen Hassett rounding things out. 15 cars. Drives will start to flip things around, move around on the track for us. As they start to roll off, they'll get everybody in their order, get ready to throw down the green flag. 30 laps once again. Second feature of the night. And there will not be a sweep this week, as Greg Silby is not in the server, did not make the call for this race. We'll see. Mason Coffey starting on the front row, and that's kind of dangerous for the rest of the field, as he has been super fast. So we get ready to go green right here out of turn number 4. 30 laps on the board. Second feature of the evening is underway. Round to the top side, enough room to get there, and he just plows right into the fence on the exit. Keeps trying to put that car in teeny tiny spaces, and it ain't working out, and that is 2 races in a row that Mason Coffey is going to go to the hook early. We watched it live, so we do not need to go back and watch that a second time. We'll see if the car can continue. He took a ton of a hit, and I don't know. That'll change things a little at the front. We'll put Brandon out on the point, so we'll see if Tebow can get the boys going. But that is twice now we've seen the 224 car come off of turn 2 into the fence, trying to fit the car between the fence and another car. And you know what they say about doing the same thing twice and expecting different results? So we'll throw the lights off on the pace vehicle, get him ready to get out of the way right here in the middle of 3 and 4. He will take off, accelerate away from the field. And Brandon will find the throttle, get us restarted. Go back about midway. We'll watch Josh Gerlach running right here in about 6th. Battling for a top 5 spot right now. He's right behind Brochart. Laird on the bottom. That was Barros. There's a car into the fence. I'm not sure who that was first. Could be Josh Cossack. Let's go down here and take a look. Through 1 and 2. Good line getting in there. He goes to 3 and 4. Hot into the corner. Oh, yeah, he was super hot. Smashes the right rear into the fence and then gets absolutely pounded. I think that was Hassett that gave him the shot in the side. So another one with a rough start right now.
Green flag, green flag.
Quick reset and a quick restart. Brandon, once again, we're going to go back mid-pack. We're going to watch. That's where the action has been. That is Robert Lynn going to the top side, clipping the fence, and Robert Lynn's going to go in the spin cycle, and he's taking a bunch of drivers with him. So we'll slow the action again. 3 laps, 3 cautions. Brandon gonna have to wait for the pace vehicle. I think he's all their way around at the back of the field here. I think he's gonna have to wait for everybody. There's a pace truck is just now heading down the backstretch. So Brandon will slow coast it around the top, just idle it along here. Gonna get them lined up. Brandon, Dawson, Krikorian, Brochart, Laird, Gerlach, Barros, Lemon, Vincent, and Scott are top 10 as we get ready to go back to the green flag. 3 complete, 27 to go.
Green flag.
Let them get restarted. We'll move our way to the back. Robert Lynn, the first retiree this evening, so he'll have a 15th place finish in round 2. Watching mid-pack right here, 7th place, 6th, 7th, and 8th right now. Riley Scott trying to work the outside on Kurt Vincent. They're right behind D.L. Lemon. It worked in 3 and 4, but it wasn't so good in 1 and 2, running through the middle and then coming down right against the inside. This time looks like he's going to get away from Riley. We're going to go up front. Evan Dawson. Oh, and Dawson puts it in the fence right when we flick the camera over. We'll watch. Brandon was right there, and Dawson was going to try to see if he could run the very outside and find some momentum. He just got in hot. It jumps to Fluff. Krikorian gets a little piece of it. So Brandon, still the leader. Krikorian and Brochart 2 and 3. Laird and Barros. Gerlach 6th. Lemon 7th. Vincent 8th. Scott 9th. And Nelski into the top 10. Then Cossack, Coffey, and Hassett along with Dawson behind that. Robert Lynn, our only retiree at this point.
All right, man. Light you back on the pace car. We're not going green this.
Oh, we'll let them shuffle things through, get everybody where they're supposed to be. Pace truck's coming around now. Brandon and company are in turn 2.
All right, man. Light you back on the pace car. We're not going green this time. We are not going green.
I'm not sure who's supposed to be where. I'm pretty sure that red car in the center of the screen is supposed to be at the front of this pack.
All right, man. Light you back on the pace car. We're not going green this time. We are not going green.
Now.
All right, man. Light you back on the pace car. We're not going green this time. We are not going green.
Well, find out where they're supposed to be in line here, because I think maybe they got bumped for being too far out of line too many times, and they may have gotten bumped back into the back of the field here. They'll come by again. We're watching these. This was first and second here. We're watching these guys. Now they're going to get going. They're going to get in line behind the pace truck. Now we may have the field set up. With Brandon, Krikorian, Brochart, Laird, and Barros should be our top 5. And that's what it looks like now. So we'll see if they cut them loose right here. Still 25 laps to go. Long ways left in this one.
Green flag, green flag.
Back to the green flag. Through 1 and 2 off the top side. Now Laird going to make a run.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
And caution once again. Maybe Riley Scott is in this, the blue car right here. Oh, hard lick for Riley Scott, and he's going to get pushed down the backstretch into turn 3. He's going to find the fence again. Yeah. So Reed Brochart has the lead according to timing and scoring. J.D. Laird second, Billy Barrows third. I'm not sure. Here comes the 49 and the 66 again. All right, we're going to get them single filed up. Looks like we might get a restart here. So lights are off on our pace vehicle. Out of turn 4, back to the green flag. Spread out all over the track through 3 and 4. They're 3 and 4 wide. Now they funnel it down to about a 2 wide. So we go back towards the front here. This is Laird and Brochart, 3rd, 4th, Barrows 5th. Gerlach still hanging around in 6th. He's right in front of DL Lemon in 7th. There's a touch on the wall by Brochart. That's going to open things up. Laird looks like he might get around him and take the podium spot over. And J.D. Laird up to 3rd. Brochart is back to 4th. We'll look at the front quickly, but the gap is pretty good. Caution. As we go to the yellow flag, I think Mason Coffey might be having a problem. That is the 224 car down here. To the inside, slides across. Oh, I'm not really sure what I just saw right there. I think I want to see that again from a different angle. He nicked the fence a little, got a little tire smoke right there. He goes into 1 and 3 and 4, up across. Yep, not really sure what I just saw there, but I saw 2 cars come together pretty hard.
Green flag, green flag.
We'll get back to green flag racing. They are quick with getting them back to racing here, so we got to hustle to get through the replays for you. But right now, Brandon having his way with these guys. There's a car in the fence, back in the back. Going to stay green. Cossack looks like maybe he was the one, or yeah, Josh Cossack. Might have been there. There's one, DL Lemon. I see DL Lemon as part of this one. We'll go watch DL right here. He's right in the middle of the screen right there, the gold car. In the corner, up the hill. Ooh, caught a little right rear tire, spins around. He's going to get collected by Mason Coffey. So caution number 7, not quite to the halfway point. I think this is about where we were in round number 1. Should be getting ready to go back to green. I think the lights are off on the pace truck. He's going to get out of the way here. Not this time, not this time. 11 cars still on the track. Brandon, Krikorian, Laird, Brochart, Barrows, Gerlach, Dawson, Vincent, Onelski, Cossack, and Coffey. Lemon, Hassett, Scott, and Lynn. all off the track. And I think maybe Stephen Hassett might be making laps. Yeah, he's 3 laps down, but he is back on the track making laps. So going to try to pick up a couple more positions here. We'll see what happens with Lemon and Coffee. Racing Coffee, just no luck at all right now. Fastest in the practice session. Quick qualifier, wins his heat race. No feature finishes to show for it this week, so we'll see what he can do maybe next week. But back under the green flag coming around, going to be 16 to go. Tebow, Brandon, David Krikorian, and J.D. Laird running in our top 3 right now. That's Reed Brochart working the high side. The red and white machine, number 93. He's got Josh Gerlach and Billy Barros tucked in right behind him. That takes us through the top 6. Dawson's 7th. Just crossed under halfway. 14 laps remaining. Here comes a slider, and that might be Gerlach going after Brochart. Just not able to get enough momentum getting down in the corner. Trying to find the grip on the exit, and with Brochart running the high side, he is keeping that thing wound up. All the momentum is in the 93 car right now. As Brandon, 1.3 seconds out in front, running away from David Krikorian. Krikorian's got about a second on Laird. Here comes Barros. He is going to go after. Oh, no. Is that Tebow Brannon? Did our leader just crash out in front? That'll be 2 races in a row. Somebody leading right around halfway gives it up by putting the car into the fence. Oh, yeah, he got in there super hot. Yeah, went straight up the track. So that'll change things once again. Now, the only thing that could kind of make this a match from the first race is if David Krikorian leads the rest of this and runs out of fuel in turns 3 and 4 on the white flag lap. It will be Krikorian, Laird, Brochart, Gerlach, Barros, Dawson, Vincent, Cossack, Anelski, Brannon off the track in 10th. So we're ready to restart. We're going to have 11 laps remaining. We have just seen attrition all night long. Both features. There goes Gerlach going after Brochart. Brochart found the binders. We got cars spinning out at the back. They're going to 360 him, keep them going. We stay green. Gerlach took the spot from Brochart. He checked Brochart up enough that Dawson got by. Now Dawson is trying to make a run at Gerlach. That's for a podium spot. Krikorian, 0.6 of a second out in front of Laird. We're going to be down to 8 to go this time around. Slider, Dawson, Gerlach counters. He's able to get right back by. That time Dawson tried to bump the fence and he slapped it pretty good. So he'll lose a lot of distance as we're down to 6.5 laps remaining. And Krikorian looking pretty smooth. Slider line in 3 and 4 takes it right up to the cushion. He's getting good bite on the exit. He stretched it out to almost a full second. Wave lap this time around. Longest green flag run of the night. And caught as soon as I said, I knew not to say that. I knew it. Don't say it. Just don't do it. And Cossack looks like maybe he's going to have a problem here. He's way at the back. 9th place. Oh, tried to stay off of Lemon, got the car up in the air, and then just really kind of lost the whole thing right there. Here comes the pace truck. We're going to be down to about 4 laps to go when we restart, and a huge gap. It was over a second erased for David Krikorian. Laird a second, Gerlach third, Dawson, Barros, Brochart, Vincent, and Anelski 8 cars. 9 cars still on track, 8 cars still on the lead lap. Hassett out there. Lemon is still out there. It looks like Mason Coffee. No. Just DL Lemon. DL Lemon is the last car running. He's in 11th. So we're going to get ready for the final. Fingers crossed. Restart. So lights are off on the pace truck. Coming out of turn number 4 right here. Green flag coming out. 4 laps remaining.
Green flag, green flag.
Krikorian with a good start. Laird able to keep pace through 1 and 2. Now Krikorian with that slider line in 3 and 4. And here comes a big bomb from Dawson. He tried to take third, and Gerlach coming right back at him. Wasn't able to shut the door, and Dawson's going to go by into third. 2 to go that time. Krikorian starting to get a gap here, just like he did on the last run. You stretch it out to half a second. He's going to take the white flag. One more time around. Next flag will end it. Laird still second. Dawson still third. But David Krikorian going to win the second race on opening night. And Dawson is going to hang on for the podium. Gerlach was 4th and Barros was 5th. I know Krikorian is in here. I do not see the other guys. So we'll wait just a moment, see if the other guys can jump in here. I'm not seeing anybody. Just waiting to see if Evan Dawson makes his way to Discord. J.D. Laird has made his way in. Whoops. We'll give him just a second. We won't wait long for him, I can promise you that. Going once, going twice, and sold. Let's move on and talk to our second place driver, J.D. Laird. J.D. Laird, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, pretty good night in round number 2 for the 23 car, man. Tell us about the feature a little bit.
I'm surprised the race finally went my way for a change. Like it's been a hot minute, almost a hot hour, it seems like, with how my luck's been racing here. Usually I end up on my head or pretty much at the back of the field, but I knew with the way the track was going, everybody was going to fight for the top, so I told my buddy Josh Kosick, I'm just going to commit to the bottom for like the first bit of the race, and once I know I'm starting to get pressure from behind, then I just got to go up. And once I started hearing people like really starting to get momentum on the top, I'm like, okay, that's it. Started sliding up, and then it got really narrow up there, and I'm like, I can't do that. And I think I only passed one car, and that was Brochard on the bottom. So I mean, I'll take it. I'll take only passing one car, starting from 5th and going to 2nd.
Well, sometimes in wars of attrition, it is just best not to attritiate yourself.
Exactly. And I got to keep my pretty car pretty. I mean, if I wad it up, I got to make sure it looks good. And now it looks good sitting on the front straightaway next to homie DK over here. So, like I said, I'll take it.
All right, we'll give some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you celebrate a very hard-earned second place tonight.
Well, I got to give shout-out to Josh. He talked me into running this. So shout-out to him. Everybody that supports the whole knockoff Keith Coons Motorsports, Keith Coons Motorsports. Figured I'd get some laps here with the Midget just to see what it's all about in a somewhat decent state and figure what it's all about so I can prep for the Chili Bowl coming up in a couple of months. So apparently this pixelated mobile is pretty good, so we're going to go ahead and roll that back into the trailer. Shout out to Anderson Surfboards, Aquatech Glassing, Lanford Farm, Spirited by Brad, Premier Security, Worldwide Express, everybody here that at NetCode ESports and for letting us drive our pixelated cars to the fullest, and you guys for putting on the broadcast.
All right, man. Congratulations again, and thanks for chatting with us. Look forward to seeing you back next week.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
JD Laird finishing second tonight. And we'll move on to our winner. We've talked to him a lot at the end of last season as he really started to pick up momentum. He comes in here and wins at Cedar Lake in round number 2 of opening night for the Mighty Midgets. David Krikorian, good run this evening.
Yeah, thanks. Compared to how last season most of the summer went with kind of learning how to race with tire wear, I was bad here last season. Absolutely roasted my right rear, and this time around it was polar opposite.
Yeah, a lot of cautions tonight, and it looked like you kept that 66 car pretty clean the whole time. How are you able to avoid all the nonsense?
Well, I got to start near the front this time. Race 1, we just met in the middle with Craig, and it happened, but still finished 6th in that. And, I mean, we had that weird scoring issue with iRacing for about 10 minutes, and we figured that out, and we kind of settled in after that. And I think it was just kind of the first week, just everyone kind of reacclimating to each other. Maybe didn't necessarily run the summer series.
Yeah, I can agree with that. But it looked like it's going to be a good start for the 66 to the season, men. Expecting big things as we go through the rest of the season.
Yeah, hopefully. Light switch seemed to kind of go off during mini nationals, and I was quick at the end of Lanier, and we backed it up and got a win here. So we can keep it clean. I think you can make a run at this.
All right, man. We'll give us some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you celebrate a great win tonight.
Shout out to Josh for putting this whole thing on the last couple of years. Shout out to everyone at the B team. About it.
All right, man. Congrats again, and we'll look forward to seeing you back up here next week.
All right, thanks, sir.
David Krikorian going to win round number 2 here at Cedar Lake tonight for the Mighty Midget Series. Let's look at our results for round number 2. Krikorian wins it. Laird second. Dawson third. Gerlach, nice recovery and a good redemption. He comes home 4th in round 2. Barros 5th. Brochart 6th. Vincent 7th. Anelski 8th. Lemon 9th. Cossack 10th. 11th was Brandon. Hassan in 12th. Coffee 13th. Scott 14th. And Robert Lanier rounded out the field. Interesting opening week. Hopefully things will be a little different next week. We won't have quite the high caution count. And we'll get to see a lot more green flag action. These guys usually clean things up pretty fast. So we'll be back same time next Thursday night. Don't forget about Sunday. Mars Series. They are on the asphalt this week. And then they go to the dirt, and then they finish up on the asphalt the next 3 Sundays. So 8 o'clock Eastern, be sure you tune in for those guys. That is a great series. And then the Short Track Showdown Series that sisters that is a fantastic series as well. So a lot of good, fun asphalt and dirt racing going on Monday night. The Monday Night Thunder Series, big block modifieds. They had a great turnout for last Monday's race, and we got to see a really, really good race down in Volusia. They go to Kokomo on the little bitty bull ring, and we'll see how the guys do with the big block modifieds over there. Usually a really good race from those guys, so be sure you tune in for that. That's at 8 o'clock Eastern on Monday night. I don't know if we're going to cover the PRO race this week or not with all the things that are going on. They have had not a lot of call to cover a lot of races on Tuesday nights, so we'll wait to hear from Mr. Cohan, see what he says. But I have had fun covering this, guys. I know it was a caution field deal, but it was a lot of fun to still see the guys getting back in action. They'll clean it up as the weeks go on, like I said, and we'll see a lot more green flag and really good competitive close racing. I want to thank all of you for being here. Without you guys, there's no reason for us to cover all this, and without all the leagues, there's nothing for us to cover. So thanks to everyone who helps us get to that point. We appreciate you all greatly. No one has any idea how much we appreciate that. But until we see you guys the next time,